News straight ahead tonight.
10 TV News at 6 starts now.
Columbus City schools, the target of a major search warrant sweep. What 10 Investigates has uncovered about possible criminal charges.
From Central Ohio's news leader. New, fresh, up to the minute. You're watching 10 TV News at 6.
CCS under siege. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Hartman.
And I'm Jerry Revish. Well, the state served 35 search warrants in at least 17 buildings. It left the district's 50,000 students and their parents to wonder what's next for the Columbus City schools.
And we have team coverage tonight. 10 TV's Tanisha Millette has been talking to parents. We'll hear from her in a moment.
But we start with 10 Investigates' Paul Aker, who's uncovering new information on exactly what the state is looking for. Paul?
Right. 10 Investigates has learned what's at the heart of the investigation. It centers around one big question: whether district employees were paid bonuses to change grades. A district spokesman says that doesn't happen, but we found this email that shows investigators are looking for themselves. At Independence High School, police escort state auditors serving search warrants and pulling out boxes of potential evidence. Evidence that sources tell 10 Investigates could trigger a criminal investigation. But that's not something the state auditor is willing to discuss.
Because the warrants have been sealed by the court and this is an ongoing audit, ongoing investigation, it would be inappropriate for me to comment any further.
Still, a source close to the investigation, but not permitted to comment publicly, tells 10 Investigates auditors are looking into why the district changed student grades. In February, 10 Investigates uncovered stacks of documents that showed at least one district official had changed hundreds of grades. Most changes involved grades going from F's for failing to D's for passing. A former assistant principal for the district told us our findings showed something highly suspicious.
That would suggest manipulation of the grades. That would suggest to me some type of fraudulent activity is going on.
But why would district officials do that? 10 Investigates has learned the state auditor suspects money. We've uncovered a conversation between the state auditor's chief of investigations and the district's internal auditor. In an email obtained exclusively by 10 Investigates, the state investigator asks, "Do you have anything on who received bonuses for the grade changes?" If investigators do find direct evidence linking grade changes to bonuses, a law enforcement source who's familiar with the investigation says the grade change scandal will become a criminal investigation. And when I asked the district spokesman about bonuses for grade changes, again, he said it doesn't happen. When I asked about whether bonuses are paid for improving the district's performance rankings, which would be based on those grade changes, he said he was not prepared to answer that. Nobody else involved in the investigation was willing to comment.
All right, Paul, let me read you something here. A little bit of the statement from the Columbus City Schools today. It says this: the district has cooperated fully with the investigation since it began, and goes on to say the district has made hundreds, if not thousands, of student records available to the auditor of the state. So if that's the case, why would the auditor's office feel the need to get search warrants?
Well, a couple things going on here. First of all, that statement, as you probably noticed, was talking about the attendance scandal that's been going on for more than a year now. This investigation, at least in part, those search warrants, of course, were involving the grade changes, so different issues. Also, a source of mine that's close to the investigation tells us that the auditor's office has been frustrated, essentially. They've gone through the subpoena process, and that hasn't been fast or effective because of legal maneuvering, and this was the best way to get the answers they need.
Speed it along.
That's right.
Thanks, Paul.
You bet.
Plenty of parents are probably sitting around the dinner table tonight hearing about the raids from their kids. 10 TV's Tanisha Millette spoke with one parent who got an alarming text from his son. Tanisha.
Yeah, these raids happened after the students were already in school and in class, but that did not stop some of the students from seeing some of the activity that was going on outside, especially since multiple Columbus police cruisers escorted the workers from the state auditor's office. Parents say they understand the state auditor's ongoing work, but say the timing of the massive warrant sweep wasn't the best.
I understand the need to conduct a full investigation. However, I do believe that conducting this after school would have minimized the impact on instruction.
And as you heard Jerry read just moments ago, we do have a copy of that note the district sent out to parents to explain exactly what happened this morning. Live outside of district headquarters, Tanisha Millette, 10 TV News.
Today's warrant sweep is the latest step in an investigation that's been unfolding for years. And according to a spokesperson, district officials asked for the probe themselves. CCS says Superintendent Gene Harris asked the state auditor to investigate in 2011. But Yost initially declined. The district says Superintendent Harris went back to him. His office launched an investigation last June. It now includes allegations of attendance manipulation and grade changing. Stay with 10 TV on air and online for continuing coverage of the search warrant sweep at Columbus City Schools. We'll bring you the latest on air and online.